One thing we've noticed during the last 6 weeks of lockdown is that there are more and more quiz programs on the television. We have watched some of them, and we've acquired quite a store of useless information about all sorts of different subjects. I was interested, though, to learn the origin of the word quarantine. Apparently, it dates back to the 14th century, when the city of Ragusa, which is now called Dubrovnik, was trying to halt the devastating advance of the bubonic plague. And they decreed a 40-day isolation period for anyone trying to enter the city. It became known as the quarantino, from the Italian word quaranta, for 40. Because Angela and I are classed as elderly vulnerables with underlying health conditions, we are in 12 weeks of quarantine. So even if the nation as a whole is gradually allowed to go back to work and to socialise, we shall have to stay at home until almost the end of June. This weekend, in fact, we're exactly halfway through our particular lockdown. But are we downhearted? Absolutely not. For one thing, we don't feel isolated at all. We treasure both the streaming of services from the vicarage and the kindly phone calls and emails from clergy and lay people. We have daily and weekly phone conversations with our children and grandchildren. Our eldest grandson, Harry, deals with our weekly food shop through Tesco's. We walk across Milton Common to Langston Harbour every day, keeping our distance, but exchanging smiles with dozens of complete strangers. On YouTube, we've watched plays put out by the National Theatre and the Chichester Festival Theatre, performances by the Royal Ballet, art programmes galore, and Young Musician of the Year on the television. We've done jigsaws and quizzes, crosswords and other word games, played Scrabble and coloured in posters celebrating the NHS and VE Day. In the first half of quarantine, we've celebrated 3 things. Our wedding anniversary, believe it or not, it falls on April the 1st, the festival of Easter, and the commemoration of VE Day. We even have a personal project, each of us underway, each of us writing a memoir of our childhood in the middle of the last century, as a sort of legacy to our grandchildren and potential great-grandchildren. So we've stopped feeling guilty that we aren't busy with good works, whether it's in the parish or here among our neighbours in the apartment block. We've accepted we have a different role, a different contribution to make to the coming of the kingdom. And that role is to hold up in prayer all the people we know and love, and those we don't know but still love. Our patron saints now are Simeon and Anna, those 2 elderly vulnerables who met Mary and Joseph in the temple when they brought the infant Jesus for circumcision. Simeon and Anna were old folks who spent their time in worship and prayer in the temple in Jerusalem. People like them were commonly known at the time as the quiet ones, people whose time was given over to meditation and prayer for the nation. St. Luke tells us that the Holy Spirit rested on Simeon, and also that Anna gave praise to God when she saw the Holy Child. In our own way, Angela and I have also, for now, become the quiet ones. In the official letter putting us into quarantine, we were even told that we must sleep apart if possible. Luckily, we have a 2-bedroom flat. But every evening for the last hour before bedtime, we listen together to some of the greatest pieces of classical music we have on CD. And we sleep all the better for it. One of the readings set for today, taken out of the 13th chapter of the Acts of the Apostles, describes the apostles as being full of joy and of the Holy Spirit. If it doesn't sound too pretentious, I think that just about sums up how we are too. Full of joy and of the Holy Spirit. God bless you all and keep you safe.